What's going on, y'all? Johnny Wheeler Reacts. I'm Johnny Wheeler. Today I have your requested video of Lightning versus U2 and Concord. Now, I had a lot of fun with the most previous one made by the same people that brought When Britain Nuked America Twice. I found that very interesting. Um, yeah, so this ought to be just as good, if not better. Um, yeah, real quick, I've got more viewer requested videos to get to. I'm still trying to. Some of you hadn't replied to me back on which ones because I don't want to get the wrong ones. I don't listen to you guys the wrong ones. I don't want to react to the wrong ones. I've got more coming. Uh, I may not get to upload them today. I've got them, in stock, ready to upload them, at some point. Uh, but hopefully we'll get them out soon. Y'all just bear with me, and thank y'all so much for being so patient with my audio issues. I apologize again. Hopefully I've got them worked out, but we'll see. Sometimes I just don't catch them in post, and by the time I caught it, it was done too late. There was nothing I could do. I mean, I could probably take it down and, just do another one for you guys. I'll keep it up there, I guess, but um, I'll definitely do another Isle of Man for you guys. Just send me the one, or if you want me to find one, I'll do one myself. It really doesn't matter. So let's just get right back at this, and let's go.
The Lockheed U-2 spy plane first entered American service in 1957 and incredibly is still in US Air Force service today in 2020.
I honestly didn't know that.
A single jet engine, ultra high level reconnaissance aircraft. In the early days, they were used by the CIA to photograph sensitive sites in the Soviet Union. Considered immune from interception as they cruised at 60,000+ feet above the Earth. This immunity was rudely shattered when a U-2 was downed over the Soviet Union in 1960, hit by a new surface-to-air missile. The pilot, Francis Gary Powers, was eventually exchanged in Berlin in 1962 for convicted Soviet spy Rudolf Abel. The U-2 was constantly upgraded, with new models entering service in the 1980s. The U-2 was still considered safe from fighter interception. It was believed that no aircraft could touch it. That
Even
was
as an
until
American, I had no idea that
1984,
we were
and
still
a very
using
interesting
the
encounter
U-2.
with probably the best
I
interceptor
had no idea.
the Royal Air Force ever possessed, the famous English Electric Lightning.
Now this, I do know. I do know a little bit about the Lightning. A little, very little. I know it's one
The
of
Lightning
y'all's
wasn't much
crowning
younger than the
achievements,
U-2,
I
having
would think, in
entered
my
RAF
opinion. But
service in
if I'm
1959.
wrong, hey,
It was a wild man. A plane pilots described flying as like being saddled to a skyrocket. It was the only British designed and built fighter capable of Mach 2. Its two Rolls-Royce Avon turbojets fitted staggered within the fuselage, producing not only high speed but an exceptional rate of climb.
It takes about 3.5 minutes to climb to 36,000 feet from brake release. The aircraft is now leveling off and power is reduced to maintain 0.9.
The fact, was it really the only the interceptor that you guys had, or any aircraft that you guys had at the time that could reach Mach 2?
The aircraft
Let me know down in the comments.
1.6 Mach. Radar clearance must be obtained for flights in excess of Mach 1.
1-4 showing request clearance for high speed.
Roger, 1-4, vector 0900. On this heading, you are clear for high speed.
The pilot now selects maximum reheat.
Literally kicking on the jets. I love it.
Accelerate to 1.6. Initial acceleration is high, but falls off in the transonic region. Due to a shock wave disturbance over the pressure head, there is a gradual fall in indicated altitude, which is rectified by a jump up occurring at 1.0.
So she has a quick jump off the start, and then just kind of gradually levels out and decreases.
Not to exceed maximum limitations.
Okay.
At 1.6 Mach, the pilot pulls up into a zoom climb and can reach 56,000 feet in 1 minute.
Good Lord.
This is a climb from
56,000 feet in 1
at
minute.
20,000 feet
You're
per minute.
hauled.
Designed to intercept attacks on Britain's V-bomber airfields and shoot down Soviet nuclear-armed supersonic bombers, once ballistic missiles replaced this sort of attack, the Lightning's role was to intercept high-flying bomber and reconnaissance types, primarily the Soviet Tupolev Tu-16 and the Tupolev Tu-95
Yeah, those suckers
Bear
are
bomber.
massive. I know a little bit about those. Other than the sheer size, yeah.
But quite how high a Lightning could go into the stratosphere wasn't exactly known. The handbook gave a service ceiling of 60,000+ feet, but could a Lightning catch a U-2, the world's highest flying aircraft? The only way to find out was to try. The 1984 test was not to be the first interceptions of U-2s by Lightnings, but the highest yet made. In September 1962, a series of tests had been run intercepting U-2s, flying out of RAF Upper Hayford using the older Lightning F-53.
Oh,
In these
okay.
exercises, the U-2s flew at between 60 and 65,000 feet. 14 attempted interceptions were made, with 4 successful. But as technology developed, the U-2 flew ever higher, until by 1984 it was believed to be untouchable.
Real quick, if you guys, if we're gonna do tests, if we as a country are gonna do military tests, and if there is a possibility of us losing it, not to sound too proud or anything, but I'd rather lose to you guys. I mean, let's be honest. Let's learn from each other and just, I think we're, awesome allies and all that other stuff. So it's great. It's freaking fantastic. I think it worked out for both parties involved. Alright, let's get back at this.
Flight Lieutenant Mike Hale was a Lightning pilot in No. 11 Squadron at RAF Binbrook. In 1984, his aircraft, XR-729, had the tail code BM and was known in the squadron as Big Mother. Noted by pilots as a very hot ship even for a Lightning, during a major NATO exercise, the US Air Force agreed to allow an interception by an RAF Lightning to be attempted on one of their U-2s, considered immune from this sort of thing. Hale and some of the other pilots from 11 Squadron had some impressive records under their belts. Hale and XR-749 had participated in an unofficial time-to-height trial against F-104 starfighters from Aalborg in Denmark during a squadron exchange at Binbrook in April 1984.
F-104s. Wow.
The Lightnings had won all the races with ease, except the low-level supersonic acceleration, which ended with a dead heat. Hale now turned his attention to the U-2. XR-749 really was tremendously quick, even for a Lightning, and in September 1983 had accelerated to an astounding Mach 2.3, or 1,500 miles per hour.
Jeez.
Taking off from Binbrook, Hale climbed up and up into the stratosphere, acquiring the U-2 at an altitude of 66,000 feet. Hale passed the U-2 and continued climbing rapidly before beginning to move into his intercept position. Records show that he climbed to a zoom height of 88,000 feet, or 16.6 miles above the Earth, the U-2 pilot gobsmacked by the British fighter's outstanding performance.
Wow.
At 88,000 feet, the sky was dark and the curvature of the Earth was visible.
I am
The flight
massively
proved
impressed.
that the U-2 was not immune from interception, but fortunately for the Americans, the Lightnings were allies rather than foes. But
Exactly
the
what I
Lightning
just
wasn't
said.
quite done breaking records just yet. The following year, Flight Lieutenant Hale had an opportunity to demonstrate the Lightning against another revolutionary aircraft, Concord, the world's only supersonic airliner.
I know of the Concord a little bit. That thing is fantastic.
British Airways was trialling Concord in April 1985. The type was very quick, capable of twice the speed of sound at Mach 2.04 or 1,354 miles per hour. British Airways kindly offered Concord as a target to NATO, and a whole panoply of interceptors including F-15s and F-16s, F-14 Tomcats, Mirages, and the venerable F-104 Starfighter attempted to catch the airliner, but none could. Well, except one, Lightning XR-749. And XR-749 was probably the only Lightning with the legs to manage it. Incredibly, Hale managed to overtake Concord on a stern conversion intercept. The British Airways crew were suitably impressed. In total,
I am
337 Lightnings
impressed.
of all
Wow.
marks were built before the type left RAF service in 1988. As for the rather special Lightning that broke an altitude record for the type, caught a U-2 and overtook Concord, XR-749 was preserved for some years at the Teesside Airport in the north of England. Currently, she is in Scotland at the Peterhead complex of Score UK, a company
Cool.
servicing North Sea oil and gas rigs as a gate guardian. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share. You can also visit my new audiobook channel, War Stories with Mark Felton, details below. You can help support both of my channels at PayPal and Patreon, details also in the description box.
Well, all right, that was crazy. I wasn't disappointed. The the fact that the Lightning got on the way to getting the intercept range or the intercept position, he actually went past the U-2. That is crazy. Such high altitude for that time. And I'm sure a lot of it was unheard of. Like I said, like the man said in the video, and like I said just a few minutes ago, if we're going to lose at these challenges, I'm glad that we lost to our allies. I think it works out for everybody involved. We learn from each other, and I think it's just, they do war games together, and they learn from each other. It's just so awesome. Yeah, so that was absolutely epic. I had fun with this one. Thanks for bringing that to me. This one comes from Richard Hall. If I didn't say it earlier in the video, I apologize. Richard Hall, hope you're having a good day, buddy. Thank you for bringing it to me. I've got more coming up, y'all. Be sure to send me, links in the comments or whatever. And until the next one, y'all, this is Johnny Wheeler, and I'm out.